Hey everyone, I'm Eggfur, and today I'm going to be showing you a couple of micro farms, a micro bamboo farm and a micro sugarcane farm. So this guy on the right here does both of those with some slight adjustments. This guy over there is the big daddy of micro farms. It's exactly the same floor space actually as this one, but quite a lot taller and a bit more complicated. And this is the fastest micro bamboo farm in Bedrock. I'm going to claim that. If you know a faster one, do let me know. But I reckon this is the fastest in Bedrock. I reckon it's a new record. Does 17,000 bamboo per hour. And they both consume a lot of bone meal to do that. And that's why we're in bone meal world here. My big bone meal machine behind me creating bone meal all the time. Okay, so let's dive straight in. So before we dive into taking a closer look at these two farms, I have done a build tutorial for them already. It's about half an hour long, so please invest in having a look through that. I think it's really worthwhile. But this is just a short showcase video just to talk you through them very quickly. But before I do that, somebody pointed out to me on my bamboo farm, my bone meal farm over here, that I had forgotten an off switch for the etho clock here, and he was quite right. I had completely forgotten to add it. So what you do is, here's the lever, put a torch on top of there, a block on top of that torch, a sticky piston on the back of that block facing towards the clock, and a redstone block. And what that'll do is it'll come over here, it'll light up this dust, and it'll stop that torch. So stop that clock. So now the next time that this pushes over, it won't ever be able to come back, and it'll be frozen. So that was just wanted to quickly show you that for those who are interested in the bone meal machine. Okay, let's start with this guy here. This is the baby brother of the one over there, and it is currently in sugarcane mode. So the difference between sugarcane and bamboo is that sugarcane will grow 2 spaces up when you bone meal it. So the ceiling needs to be a little bit higher, and it also requires a water block. So if I come around here and I break this, you'll see there's water in there, and that's on a waterlogged stair underneath the dispenser. But essentially what happens is the dispenser's bone meal onto here, it'll grow up, the piston will then push it to break the top 2 stems, and they will fall down into here, along with a lever, which somehow got there. Right, round the back, this is designed to be an automatic farm, really. So you would feed your bone meal from the bone meal machine into this hopper down here. You can manually input stuff through here if you want as well, but you can have a water stream or a hopper line coming across here, and that'll automatically feed it. When it detects through this comparator that there's some bone meal gone into the dispenser, it starts a clock, and that clock will drive 2 things. 1, it'll drive the dispenser to start firing, and 2, it will drive the piston to start pushing. And they're offset a bit, so I bone meal my sugarcane or my bamboo, it grows up, piston pushes it, it lands onto here, and then it falls down. So again, this is a bit of a difference between the bamboo version and the sugarcane version. My grass block is here. In my sugarcane version, because I'm getting 2 stems each for each bone meal, this farm runs at twice hopper speed. I get 18,000 sugarcane per hour, and I can't manage that through 1 hopper. So I've got to find a way of getting 2 hoppers underneath this 1 grass block. And the way you do that is with 2 minecarts. You're going to make sure these minecarts are very, very close together. If there is a gap, then you'll sometimes find stuff sits in the middle of this grass block and doesn't come down. But these 2 are very close together, and then I've got hoppers underneath both of them. I've actually got 3 hoppers, but this one goes that way as well. So that will allow you to collect 18,000 an hour into this double chest. If you're using bamboo, it's a bit simpler and a bit smaller, because you can just embed your minecart into the grass block. And if you don't know how to do that, have a look at the build video. It's all explained in there. But you'll embed your minecart to a grass block, have a hopper underneath in this space here, and that can feed directly to a chest in front of it. So you don't need this bottom layer at all. Okay, so that's the small farm. It's I mean, I came up with design, but actually there's lots of very similar designs on YouTube. So, you know, I don't think it's particularly unique. This one, however, I've not seen anything like it. And this will do 17,000 bamboo an hour. There's no point trying to use it for sugarcane because sugarcane only grows 3 high. I put some bone meal into here. That'll automatically feed my farm. The bamboo will start to grow. It gets broken by the piston still once it's at full height and ends up down here in my chest. And you can see that's going through very fast. So again, I've got the 2 minecart set up under here. But apart from that, it's actually quite different. So at the back, I'm now using, so this is my dispenser here. I've still got a comparator to check if there's bone meal in there. But I'm now coming through and using that to power this clock down here. And the difference is this clock is on 1 tick rather than 2 ticks for this farm, because the thing that holds up this farm is my piston speed, because I need my piston to push out and come back every time I harvest the bamboo or the sugarcane. In this one, I don't need to do that because my harvesting only happens very occasionally, and in the meantime, I want this to grow as fast as possible. So I've got a 1 tick comparator clock down here, feeds into this repeater, this block, this torch, which is underneath the dispenser here. So that grows my bamboo. And then I'm using a slightly complicated system to run the harvesting. So up here, I've got a hopper line, and there's an item just goes round and round in circles in there. Whenever it comes back to this hopper, it powers this comparator, which powers this piston, which pushes down this observer, which powers the harvesting piston. And the reason I'm using an observer for that is that I want this to be a 1 tick push, a 1 tick pulse, so that my piston isn't hanging over the top of my bamboo for too long, because whilst ever the piston's pushed out over the bamboo, it can't grow. There's also a mechanism over here, which is a sort of safety collection mechanism. When I've run out of bamboo and everything starts to stop, this is a burnout torch. So if you see, I'll put the redstone dust back up there. This is a burnout. That causes this to pulse a couple more times, causes my piston here to push a couple more times. And it also is joined up to this torch here, which releases my item from here to go back around hop loop once more and power this once more. So what the impact of that is, if I put my bone meal in again, you'll see it starts to grow. And when it gets to the end, which is now, you see an extra push of the piston and then one more. And that just makes sure that any bamboo that's fallen down on top of the stem, going to take a little while to fall down from up there, any bamboo that's fallen down to the stem gets pushed by the piston onto the grass and into my collection system down here. And that is my 17,000 an hour micro micro bamboo farm. Do check out the build videos for both of these, and how to convert between a bamboo and a sugarcane farm for this little one as well. And I hope you enjoyed that. And if you did enjoy it, please consider leaving me a like, subscribe to the channel, certainly check out some of my other videos as well. And I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.